Okay. Final Fantasy time, if the game decides that it wants to pop up on... Hello, Ulu. There we go. I just had to clap. What's up, Flamen? Do you want to be our antecedent? Since fire to the more private chambers, she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she? Yep. What's up, Alice A? Guess what? We're probably going to war! Woo! 'Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberg. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. So, he mentioned that, like, oh, his death started the summoning ritual. Is that actually a thing? Because, like, I know that the kobolds killed some people to summon Titan, but it doesn't feel like you need to kill somebody to start a summoning ritual. And also, don't the people need to be alive in order to pray to whatever god it is you're trying to summon? And, like, everybody who'd... I guess everybody was, like, in the process of dying. I don't understand. To attempt such magic requires every ounce of one's aether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalimo is aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberg came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the Sea of Clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind-aspected aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Is that the Sea of Clouds, though? I thought the Sea of Clouds was in the air. And also, again, if you're telling me that no one can live in that abyss, how did they build that bridge? How did the bridge happen? Somebody had to go to the bottom and put shit in the bottom to make the supports for the bridge. Mayhap was a work of an Asian, but now is not the time for idle speculation. Kryl, I need your assistance. You must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trap within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it, then. Without so much as a by your leave. Pray forgive Archania Shola for her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of a will to act. Her desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Alice, I shall honor our fallen comrade through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Now, summoning is done to a 100% degree. What classifies as faith is real nebulous. However, in this case, faith is more of a curse. That resonated with whatever was left in the eyes. It could have also been Ilberg's faith overpowered everybody else's and corrupted the summon. Yep, I was quick to judge. Surrendering into sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Also, I mean, I could have killed the primal. I'm just saying. I could have killed the primal. I've killed Bahamut. And by I've killed Bahamut, I mean I have friends who I stood by and watched kill Bahamut. We must begin preparations to face Ilberg's cursed creation without delay. Whatever time we have was purchased at a dear price for us, at all too dear a price for us to squander it. Also, the obvious solution. Just hit it until it dies. How are we going to deal with this new primal? The same way we deal with every new primal, Pinky. Also, yeah, I was gonna say, why was it, I found it funny that it was Hilda who came and saved us on an airship. I'm like, there's an airship in this game and it's not piloted by Sid? The fuck is Sid doing? I thought Sid was stapled to every airship I ride on. Should have more to tell you, but the situation in East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meanwhile, we still have no idea how long it'll be before... Communication from the Alliance. One moment. Of course, our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gridania. The council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders seem to already begin to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. As Justola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I'm told that Sid Garland has been called to address his expertise in the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. If this is only a temporary solution, then what were they trying to do during the Calamity? Bahamut was way more powerful. I mean, I suppose it still was a last resort then too, but like... I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Taru's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
No, sir, this is Garlemald.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
I'm guessing he's from Doma?
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
Hi, Ryanje.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
I just realized I don't think I claimed my... Let's see, where's the... Right there. Oh no, I have to go to Nothka's altar.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Throw the Warrior of Light at it.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
God, you just want to get in his pants so bad.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
I'm surprised they let you get this close to a meeting
What do
of
you
all
want,
three
Nero?
leaders of these cities as a known Garlean. Like, why did you get this close? Like,
I was getting to that.
Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
war criminal.
And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
To be fair, it has worked every time so far.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
I'll say Kane Senna's new
Omega
voice
is but a
actress is
tool.
better.
How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Where's the just fuck already button? I'll keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Cid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
To be fair, Omega wasn't the problem of Realm
occupies a
Reborn.
similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
I love how just Alice is like, yeah, you can just murder him. Go for it. Sounds great.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Yeah, to be fair, Omega was not what we fought in A Realm Reborn. We fought the Ultima? I think it's Ultima. We fought Ultima in A Realm Reborn. Omega is like its bigger brother. So an unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place, or how he got here. You let a known war criminal just walk up to your council meeting. Like, how did he do that? Who's Forehead Guy? Forehead Guy is Sid's tsundere boyfriend. He's like, it's not like I like you or anything, Babaka. I just want to save you and help with the Crystal Tower. I'm totally still evil and I don't have a boner for you. He worked with the Empire in A Realm Reborn, and then he helped us out in the Crystal Tower. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alice is already on the way, and it would not do for us to lag behind. Those are the words. Why can't I Dang invisible walls. Ready to go? The others have stepped onto the landing for the moment. Lest you wonder, Nero insisted he be allowed to inspect Excelsior before boarding. And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking about the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... Ah, here they are now. I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Carteneau? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. 'Twould seem that the wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such a time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. Well, Avano speaks with his colleagues. Let's fly Excelsior over Mordona, and we can reconvene in the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yashola and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I'm able. Pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing that you are present to entertain our guest. Everyone heading for Mordona is welcome to travel aboard Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. I do like how it's called the Enterprise Excelsior. It's like, it very much is a Star Trek reference now. Where are we? Alright, there's Mordona. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? Are we gonna come back and someone's stolen the Excelsior? Also, during the Bismarck fight, they said the reason they didn't respond to me is because they were below deck. What below deck? This thing is so tiny. The Enterprise Excelsior Reliant Yamato Voyager. You get. Wait, I don't know, wait, was Excelsior a Star Trek thing? I don't Star Trek. I could have sworn Excelsior was one of the Star Trek phrases also, but I am actually thinking it's not. I'm thinking that's purely a Stan Lee thing.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Also, did you guys recover Tube Samadhi? Because it feels like we probably need that.
We are returned.
Like, you should, like, someone should probably go and try and grab that.
At least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
Please tell me somebody has that staff, because we
There
should.
didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
We do want that staff back.
By your leave!
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gozetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Is this guy supposed to be a Rogan or just a really jacked human? Could I speak to you for a moment? Did you get me my Season 2 outfit? Remember I had you meet the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on now if you like. Oh my god, I love it! That is great! Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should just be right. Snug, but not too snug, you know what I mean? So how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light, it's... Well, let me just say, it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. God, Tataru, the stats on this are shit. Okay, hang on, let me go. I need to go, I need to go do things. So, my alts, I got the story skip for my 2 alts. Yes, to the glamour closet. I actually really like that outfit, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There is not an inn around here that I can go to, is there? What's the cheapest city for me to teleport to here? Foundation. But since I got the story skip for the results, those quests were skipped. So I don't got the outfit on those. I'm assuming you can still buy them though. I'm good. Hello. Go into a room. I forgot how shit the inn rooms are here. Okay. Oh, that's like Kryle's helmet. Okay. I will do this still. Not try on. Do I have that? No, okay, yeah, no. Cyan Adventurer's jacket. Are there Scion gloves? Tomberry hands, though. Wild Rose arm guards. Tomberry curlots. Cyan Adventurer bottoms. Wild Rose breeches. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Try on you. I mean, I do really like, honestly, the Makode vest is very nice. I do really like it. Where's the... Did I not save Cyan Adventurer's bottoms? For the sake of not wearing the outfit exactly, I could go with the Cloud Strife ones. Nah. Boots. Okay. So let's do... I'll keep the pants black. Do we go with... Dye these the same color. Okay. Climber plates. No hat. Oh, can I? Nah, that's meh. Oh, I will need something to cover up. Yeah, okay. Strife pants. Sign adventurer boots. Okay. And then earrings, give me my purple earrings, give me my necklace. Okay. Alright. Season 2 outfit. Let's go. Where are we going again? We're going back to more donut. Let's wait the 13 seconds so I get the free teleport. These two look like okay, from an angle it looked like they were like hugging. And how are you so fluffy? Are you wearing I was gonna say they look kind of gay, but they're both LG. Wait, no. Are you also LGBT? No. But you like you. Let's see. Examine. What are you wearing? Can I not tell what this is glamored as? Werewolf body. Werewolf body. Oh, it even has a thing. I didn't know there was a... Okay, how do you get that? I was like, you look very fluffy. Eorzea database. How do you get it? Is it a you have to buy it? Oh, it's a Halloween thing. Okay. That makes sense. Where am I going? We're heading out of here. What is the whole time? So you have Omega. We have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I'll remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Kryl? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while missing Ida and our Doman friends take care of security. The Excelsior is by the lake outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. I do feel like the airships in this game should be bigger. Like, that's an airship. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Gotetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Soon, Omega, I will see you rise again. That's not a villainy thing to say at all. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gotetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we have to be on our guard. Given the that Elaine Royale was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure the Empire has long been aware of its existence, and if Nero deemed it the obvious solution of the threat posed by the new Primal, it's not impossible the Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready, and when your wits about you, something tells me we're flying into a fight.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
I can just hear Ida's idle animation. It's very distracting. Oh, there's the one over there too. Stop attacking me! Gosetsu, you're an awful tank! There's so much. Have you outnumbered? I can summon my Chocobo to even things out. Hang on 1 second, cell phone. One of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Behold, the Red Baron! Now end this nonsense. No one told me they'd have Magitech armor. Red Baron is a Final Fantasy thing already, right? And his men I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend the rest of his minions. Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm pushing button. Oh, it's a clicky. Can I target him? He's outside of the thing, isn't he? Pop. da, da, da. Click. You're all dead. Oh, hello again. Ah, shit. Ah. The insta kills are annoying. I'm just gonna go easy mode. It's not gonna lie. Fighting in the Magitech armor got old after like the first 30 or so seconds of it. Oh, wait. Speaking of, I died.
With soul and steel.
It's all over now.
I didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
Look upon a samurai of summer.
Just pushing buttons and clicking on people until they're dead, which is how you could describe the gameplay.
With soul and steel.
Shit. You could describe the gameplay of most games as that, but yeah. The insta-kill was the only reason I lost last time. Otherwise, this is just kind of...
No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of summer.
No holding back.
My right to strike.
Nope, nope. There we go. I keep on clicking things thinking they would die instantly.
Your defense is lacking.
Can I just kite you guys closer? Get out of here.
Sting.
Deserting a battle is a punishment by death. Come back here. please? Bring this fate upon yourself. The 7th I'll kill you, bastard. The last thing I do. The captain hits us as often as the enemy. I was sorry, I had to pause to read the flavor text. Are you dead? Don't see the last of me. It'll be you who rues this day. Goodbye. Why don't we stab him? Ida's the only one who doesn't have a Season 2 outfit right now.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
That's not a good thing. We should turn it off.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
This is... What could possibly go wrong with
I
this?
understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah, that's a good question, Ida. What do you think?
What do I think?
I don't think at all. Papa Limo did all the thinking for me, and now he's dead. I am no thoughts head empty. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Maybe don't say it so evilly, Nero.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Conveniently, just as it breaks out. Didn't they say the cocoon was stable, though? Is this supposed to be Bahamut again? I was thinking they were gonna summon Ralger. Where did the ocean come from? I guess are we close to the ocean? Or is it supposed to be Tiamat? Because Ralger's a dude, right? Like, the one of the 12 is just a dude. The wall is still there somehow. Did it not eat them?
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon.
No, he kind of broke out of the cocoon on his
Papalima's
own.
spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
The fellow broke out before Omega got there. I don't care who wins, this is cool. Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next wasn't. Makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Were they married? I don't think so. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait! We first... The Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Kotetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let's make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. That's their metal blindfold. There's holes in it. She can see through it. It's a mask, not a blindfold. When am I gonna get to that end bit of Heavensward where it's gonna tell me a lot of cutscenes will play in sequence? I'm waiting for that. My friends, full eagerly have I awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we are as good as demanded. We are as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that's much as certain, but I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Girabanya. The primals might defied belief. It seemed that the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen and hope to never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw a pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on the Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed as if each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the Primal's form, the Domans we heard whispers of the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Gurabanian side of the border. Why are you going with the Doman name for it when it's like an Alamegan thing? Which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wait till that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen to the Empire's lap, it'll be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of our several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives in Gurabania. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance given the inevitability of an Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Ilbert gets what he wants! Great. Must be exhausted. I would ordinarily pray return that we retire to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Y'Shtol and the others have gathered at Asmarax's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It's decided. Let's lead on. Or lead on. Yeah.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbert's Primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilbert all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed.
Everything changed
My
when the
father
Garlands
went
attacked.
to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what
Oh,
she
this is a
started?
Kasumi situation.
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Are we gonna find out that your sister is still alive and she's gonna be a boss? Look, whenever we're talking about, oh, I heard someone died, I'm just gonna put money on it. We're gonna see actual Ida later down the line, and she'll be an Imperial now or something. I don't want to say why'd you never tell me, because we weren't exactly close. I didn't start in Thanalan. Or at Gridania. Thanalan, Thancred.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lys. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
Blades. You dual wield.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker. We leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lys to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalymo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she is resolved to walk. Let's return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tataru and my sister. Oh! Are we actually entering words Stormbringers and Shadow Stormblood. That one. I'm curious, is she credited as Ida or is she credited as Lynn? She's credited as Ida. Lies. Weird to me that this song played when Ilberd's Primal's being summoned, when I'm like, that has, yes, he's using the eyes, but it also has nothing to do with the Heaven's Word shenanigans. Endstorm, Bloodwalker, Realmsword, Heavens Reborn? Yeah. You may have mentioned, but Alphino has appraised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the Stormbringers. Stormblood. This is the calm before the Stormblood. Lys has chosen her path and her friends. We must do what we can to support her choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gurabanya, we'll have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence, correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect do you. Quick march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Has somebody grabbed Tup Samadhi? We need the magic staff. It's kind of important. Very well, Ilberd. Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. But not for you. No, just for you. Just for you. Ilberd doesn't deserve it. Just for you. Just for you. Ilberd's an asshole. Self gave it to us, and losing it like we did the eyes is not acceptable. Yep. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance to divert some of our forces from the search to undertake the necessary reconstruction work? No, because I'm evil and I don't care about people. I only care about the cool weapon that we could get. Forgive me, my lord, I did not intend. Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. Now, if you're playing this as current content, wait about 5 months to a couple of years until the next expansion. When I say coming days, I mean the couple of years until the next. Far edge of fate, the road begins anew. Their heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. Roll credits. Alphino is a man with a great deal on his mind.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
Let me just shower, but there's a story happening. Yeah, it's only the establishing cutscenes of the new expansion, Ren. There's nothing to miss.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
They were kind of strong-armed into it.
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
What if we just all went?
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
New quest sound! In fact, internet went down for well over an hour. Well, we're in Stormblood now. Welcome back. We're no longer in the award-winning expansion.
Ready, my friend?
Just a normal-ass expansion.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the Rising Stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan Resistance as soon as possible.
So the Waking Sands...
Begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
The difference is the Waking Sands was assaulted by the Garleans, and the Rising Stones was assaulted by internal spies.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary.
My sanctuary, yeah, where fears and lies melt away.
Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget.
I cannot read that
solemnly swear.
without thinking Poseidon extended his hand in friendship and you spat in his mouth.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
1,000 malms apart, united in purpose. Let's pray both our endeavors meet and with success, shall we then? Wait. Oh, wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? You need your Season 2 outfit. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be very light and loose, an outfit tailor-made for the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Also, her pendant can find mystery discs. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it. And with that, delay no longer. Safe travels. Also, maybe get some armor. Like, it looks nice, but also they could stab you right in the abdomen. Like, that's where all the important organs are. And there's just nothing. There's just nothing there. Like, Tataru, we do go into battle. Like, I love the outfit, but like... And she's not a caster. I'm fairly certain we do go to Doma in this. This is all very Norse. Very cool. I'm very certain we do go to Doma at some point in this expansion. Right? Yeah. Square Enix. Oh yeah, Dancer was introduced in this expansion. Lise as a monk, okay. Ooh, we're going to Atlantica. I can't wait for the rhythm game part with Ariel. Also, wait, Doma is Japan, which is an island. Wasn't the reason they didn't invade Sharlayan because Sharlayan was also, like, not connected by a landmass to them? And it was harder for them to do that? Kugane, which is across the sea, wasn't invaded because it was an island. Okay. And I'm assuming that's where they're... That's where they're, because the map zoomed into the island part. Okay. I will say, for the expansion about war and stuff, does look like a far less depressing expansion. There we go. hello, Alpha now. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officers that we wish to proceed into Gurabanya. Signs of the 7th dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Oh! Map!
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us.
Among us?
Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Was Alamigo invaded before the Calamity? I was like, that's a really big wall to build in 5 years. Let me just, excuse me, I'm just gonna do a thing really quick. Thank you. Hey, Raban! Don't mind me, just standing on your battle map. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to the Castromorians. Thank you, General. We are relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and the patrols. We've had barely any contact with them, but we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall wasn't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald's not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What do you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We require you to serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll lead you to it. Godspeed. Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? Certain missing a Logan weapon and Draconic Primal, Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying the trail of destruction and hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it, regardless. Alamigo was invaded by Gaius von Baelsar and the 14th around 25 years prior to Rome Reborn, due to civil war between the citizens rising against the King of Ruin, Thodric. Okay. So there was a civil war, and the Garleans just sweeped in after the civil war because they knew that they were weak. I was curious because I'm like, damn, that wall went up really fast if it was something that happened, like, in between. If we want to press on into Gurabanya, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking you to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me, and we'll be there before you know it. Let me just do a thing. Anyway. I gotta look for the Aether thingies now again. Nope. I see these enemies, I think Aether, and nope. The answer is nope. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Keeping my eye out. Nope. That orb's alive. I think I have the... Oh. Can I not? It was a collection thing, right? Don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You wondering about the tower to the south? It's part of Castrum Velodina. It's what the Imperials said to call the old bridge after they fortified it. Castilium. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come, we should keep moving. Duty. There it is, collection. Aether Compass. Well, it said it's to the east anyway, so... I'm probably just gonna look up a map in my off time. Oh! Hello. Excuse me, I'm just gonna... Explodey things there. We're here. The other side of this pass is Ralger's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. I take it they have talented mages in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralger's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
You forgive us our precautions, but you couldn't be sure who would cross the barrier. We see now who you are, though. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Conrad. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say, but let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Is there an aetheryte? Do you have a means of fast travel to your super secret base? You do! It seems ill-advisable. Okay. I believe that's where I should wrap things up. So, let's see. Is there anybody... to toss things over to? Let's actually just let's see if we can find somebody new. I don't have the Final Fantasy XIV directory followed. I should do that. I was gonna be like, oh, that's a VTuber with a cute avatar, but they're Japanese. Oh, there's a guy who's a... Okay, hang on. That's a very... Yeah, no, there's a Namazu. There's somebody who's
I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for...
whose VR his VR chat, his avatar is a Namazu. That's adorable. We're gonna do that. So raid Quan23. Thank you for hanging out. I should be live tomorrow. I always put a question mark at the end because I'm never sure. Sometimes I might just want to sleep. But until next time, I will be seeing you guys later. Raid message you, found the missing persons, etc. Until next time, adios.